thing is that you kind of use them for balance there. Right there, leave him alone. Right there, leave him alone. Yep, bring him back to you now. Yep, there you go, that's your trot right there. So now it's your goal to find that. Right there's your trot, right there. Yep. There you go. There you go, let him walk. Because he understands now what you want. You can let him, if you want to just let him wander, let him wander. He's been pretty restricted for... Well, because you guys are communicating, you're having a conversation instead of saying, go, don't go. There's no conversation there. Right, and you're engaging in that conversation as opposed to reacting to him. You know, you're like, you've set out to say, I'm going to tell you what I want, as opposed to, you're doing something I'm not sure what to do with. Right? Mm-hmm. But now you're going into it with the mindset of, we're about to have this conversation. Now all of a sudden you're working on the conversation. Yeah, and it's funny, like, I try to tell people that all the time. I'm like, you don't understand. Your horse is going to look to do stuff with you. Like, my one student, she has one of my horses. I left one of my horses behind with her, and she says that the horse that we always used to work with when I would go to her, then when she became my client, now, looks over the fence like, wait, what? Like, I should be the one you're playing with. Yeah, never. No, I want them to know I've come with them. I want them to be like, oh, she has. I mean, I used to have, you know, a 65-acre field, and I could have just turned them and then called them back, and they'd all come galloping from the farthest point. Like, they want to be involved with you. If you start having conversations, you're having coffee together, you know? Okay, so we'll go the other way, because we have to master it the other way. Because you're a C plus now. You've got it. So now it's a matter of just maintaining in that direction. So now we're going to try it in the other direction, different eye, different hole, and see if the communication is the exact. Because now it is a little bit different, because it's the communication in the saddle. It's not necessarily different eye, different horse, but he may be reacting to the other things in his environment out of that other eye, so you do still have a different horse. The language now, what you're doing, should make sense because it's central. So can you. And you'll notice as you start to being very certain about what speed you're requesting, you'll notice that your seat, you can start focusing on your seat again. And you'll notice that you start finding that little sweet spot in your seat again, to where bouncing it all won't even, that'll be a thing in the history. To request, one tell. Yep. There it is. There's your trot. a trot. Leave him alone. Yep, I have a feeling that your left rein is shorter because he keeps turning his head out when you grab the reins. So it seems like he just stopped to stop. Maybe deciding he has to pee. Before he actually pees? Does he have a bean? When's the last time his sheath was done? And for that reason? Okay. Okay. No. Yeah, he's parking out, but his tail's not saying I'm going to pee. Well, now I will tell you, I do have one horse that's how he expressed his anxiety. He would squirt out the tiniest little dribble. Sometimes he would just stretch out like that, like he's trying. And then other times he would actually manage to get something out. But he did that out of anxiety. He didn't do it because he actually had to relieve himself. He sat down. He learned a lot. Snooze or lose, buddy. Yeah. I'm shy, like what? Yeah, right. Nope. No? Maybe it smells like cats, dude, because he's got a rider on him. I don't know. No. No, you can't go that way. That's it. I'm trying to learn really, I'm trying really hard to not take it fully. Well, in that case, you had to give him a sense of direction. Come on, bud. No. What are you doing? Come on. I hate him pushing it. Right. But he's not going. And he's not even getting the tail swish of. He's not even doing like the tail twitch of I'm going to go. And I don't feel like it's bad behavior. You know what I mean? Right. I don't think he's being like I'm not going. Ask him to keep going. If he can be distracted by something in the woods, and he's not really like desperately. Now he's pooping. He had a sensation, he just didn't know which one it was. Is that better? Huh? I guess you gotta think about it. What are you doing? I don't know. There. That was a nice departure. It'd be nice when you get it to where he really understands what you want, he'll start doing those jogging departures. That was a nice depart. I mean, it got faster, but it was a nice Yep. 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 There. Good job. There's your trot. Yep. 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 There. 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 Okay. Play with that. Whatever you got to do that right before that broke into a walk. Try to sit. When you lean forward is when he speeds up. There. Yep. There's your trot. Leave him alone if you can. There's your trot. It's okay. So the two places you're likely to get it are right where you just were and this corner up here. So plan to try to leave him alone when you feel him come back to you in those places, and then we'll see if we can't fix it. Two asks, one tell. Yep. Right there. Try to let him go. Bring him back. Let him. Bring him back. You're going to be able to let him go in a second. Bring him back. Let him go. Bring him back. Yep, let him go. Good. Bring him back. Let him go. Bring him back. Bring him back. Keep bringing him back. You're going to be able to let him go in a second. Nope. Let him go. Bring him back. Let him go. Bring him back. Yep. There's your trot. You had it. There. Bring him back. There's your trot. It's okay. There, let him go. Bring him back. Let him go. There's your trot. Right there's your trot. Let him walk. Let him walk. So that was nice. You had your trot right there, and then you had it quite a bit right there. And he got one fast stride before he finally walked. So he got back up before we finally got him to walk. But good job. It's hard for you. and you'll see he speeds up when you start bouncing forward.
He does. Yep, I feel that.
So if you feel that, then you got to concentrate on, okay, he's going faster. I don't want him to. I got to sit back down. And when you sit back down, now he's going to start yawning a lot. So even from up there, you got up in his head. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a matter of your consistency now.
Okay.
And making sure that as soon as you feel him come back to you, you give back. And as soon as you feel that he's gotten what you're looking for. So come back to me, give back to just remind him that, yes, you are looking for that slower down. But when you get the speed you're looking for, leave him alone. Just enjoy the ride. If he comes back up to speed, you're going to take a hold and say, no, that's not how fast I want to go. And if he comes back to you, but still going faster, but you felt the comeback, you want to give back.
Okay.
Then you can chase again until you find that speed that you're looking for. But as soon as he gives you the speed you're looking for, you want to leave him alone. And don't throw him away. Just relax, leave him alone.
Okay. And then he will get more consistent, right?
Yep. Yep, and then obviously your consistency is what's going to matter. And then you'll start to notice that when you get that speed you like, then you can start focusing on your seat. And when you focus on your seat will get nicer. And then he's going to want to be at whatever speed that is that's making you ride so nice. Because right now you're riding kind of standing up, and you're riding kind of in his mouth and in your stirrups more than you are in your seat.
Okay.
So as soon as he starts to figure out what you want, then you can start really focusing on your seat. Because your seat's going to matter.
When he does get a nice shot, I'm able to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to be there all the time.
Good boy.
Oh boy.
You're a good boy. You think so good?
He did. He did a good job. Did he end it there?
Yeah, because that was the best that he did. Almost pretty consistent. He had a couple fast strides there, and then you didn't get him stopped before he got one more fast stride. But for the most part, he maintained something that we've been working on. I mean, it's completely up to you. I mean, you can work on walking fast, slow, walking slow, and give him a chance to get walked out a little bit. But I don't think he should do any more running. Because we've run enough for having not run at all in a while.
Usually I take them out and walk. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I try not to get crazy out anywhere, you know.
Oh, sure.
So another question, Kirsten. Now, I have not had him out alone. I've had Cody out, but I haven't had him out alone in quite a while. Is it the same difference if I walk him up the road as if I'm riding him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I don't necessarily have to be, like, I want to get him back into that, but I'm not sure I want to be riding him while I'm doing that.
So you're going to walk him more in the leading position. So where you're back here.
Okay.
And you're walking together like that. So this way, when you make the transition back into the saddle, he hasn't seen you go from right here to now going again. Or you can even put the saddle on him, and to keep you back there, you can put your arm over the saddle, or yeah,
okay.
just to remind you where you need to be to make it mental transition. If you're worried about him, like not being able to make a difference. You know what I mean? Like if you think, no, he's comfortable because I'm on the ground with him, but you can be on the ground with him where he's still reliant on his own judgments.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I would like to take him out a couple times like that. You know, just
sure. You gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, until you're 100% comfortable that you have control, make sure you keep using the bit that you know you have control.
Okay.
I never suggest any.
Sorry,
I was like, what was that about?
sorry.
My goodness, his eyes, if that face could have said it.
Did you see that?
Sure.
Like, what did you do?
Good boy.
Oh, sorry, bud. I need to stand in the saddle. I'm sorry. You like this bit, don't you? It's a lot better than that other one. This was my goal. one of my goals was to ride him in a snaffle, and I'm doing it. It's crazy.
We can make the next goal, ride him in a halter.
Oh, I would love that.
That's, as many people as I can get out of a bit, I try. Until you're not relying on holding him back so much, then we'll see what we can, see what we can accomplish as far as the halter. Like, I don't think he would be hard to ride in a halter. It's just a matter of your consistency in explaining to him what you're asking for. And then that's really all it's going to be. So, like for example, you improved completely because you were breaking down into the walk and then you were letting him walk like half the arena. Well, now he has no idea what he did wrong. When you ask him to trot again, you're just starting from scratch all over again. But when he broke down to the walk and you said, no, I didn't mean walk, now he can go, okay, so it has something to do with trotting and you're still telling me to slow down. So then he can make the connection. But he wasn't able to make the connection when you let him break and then left him broke. And what I like is that very, very rarely now you see the ugly faces.
No.
He used to make some pretty ugly faces.
And he is expressive, though, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, because now he only uses it when he has to. Well, I mean, he felt he had to before, as far as he was concerned. But.
I don't understand why he's on that big.
Well, it's got a roller on it, doesn't it? He's rolling the middle piece. Isn't there like a middle?
Yes, I know. Oh, yeah, it does.
It's
got that, that piece in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's copper.
Yeah, well, and they do that so that the horses have the double hinge in their mouth. And what?
I know I shouldn't let him, but he's so cute, and I know.
That's a confidence bit. That's a good bit. Woohoo!
Ooh, you're good.
That's fun to do that when you're sitting on them.
I know. He slept so much more than baby does.
He's heavier.
That's why we need to do that.
Don't be creepy.
Don't do that. Oh boy.
I got one more yawn in there. Mm.
Oh, and I have your calendar thing.
Oh, yeah, you can hang on to them. I bought like 8 of them.
I still have a few.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly didn't have to grab those.